How you going? Stay off grid here. I've got my little mower decked out, loaded up to go do some lawn mowing and edging. I wouldn't call it edging on my property. There's a lot of edges, 25 acres. So what I've got is the petrol whippersnipper, which has this blade, which is good for chopping down little tiny trees, but it's no good for just grass because it doesn't spread the grass out everywhere, so it just gets clogged up. So I've got this one, which that one will get the grass going everywhere, and it's a battery powered one. Now I've got the chainsaw in case I've got to chop up some logs that are in my path, and this strap to pull any logs out that I need to move. Now I haven't connected the winch up yet, but I'm not but I'm only mowing areas that I've done before, so all the obstacles are gone, or there's no obstacles in the first place because I've already mowed it. So anyway, I'm off to do it. See you later. Alright, well I've just finished changing this disc over. So I've had this disc on, which has got tungsten carbide tips or something, but they seem fine, but it wasn't going too well yesterday with the sort of little trees that I was trying to cut down. And it's much easier to cut the little trees down with using one of these than it is to use the chainsaw. So right now I've got this one on, which is a chainsaw blade. So it's just a round disc with a chainsaw blade around it, and I'll see how this one goes. Alright, well I'm down here by the Princess Highway, and as you can see, this paddock here, it was just grasses over, like I'll walk over and we'll have a look at it. So this paddock was just all grasses like this, and as you can see, I haven't mowed it for a while because of all the rain, but it will end up being nice green lawn, I reckon. It's getting there. It's only got it's got lots of thatch or whatever they call it from mowing it, but this will come up nice, and we'll have a look after I do it. I've also got to do that paddock across the road there. That's my block across the road here as well, so that's the yeah, I've got to mow that, and after I do this I'll do up the top of the property, and then I'll be back down here. I might even I want to get rid of all this scrub here, so that's going to be, the mower will get rid of most of that, but there's a few fairly big ones, so it'll drive through. I'll drive through and mow this stuff down, no worries, because it'll do up to 38 mil, so that's only about 20, maybe 25 mil. But obviously as well, this is what I was saying about pulling things out. There's a tree in there that I need to cut up and pull out of there so that I can drive the mower through there. And it's just things like this. Now, if I would have done this 6 months ago, they would have been small enough to mow over. But these ones here, I'll just have to smash them with the chainsaw. And my plan is, we'll go in here a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty rough terrain in here, but also there's logs everywhere, so I can't just go willy-nilly driving through here. But eventually I'll get it all done. It might not, it's not going to be today, I'll tell you that much. But that's my plan. So I'm going to cut all this with the whippersnipper, all the stuff along the roadside here, and I've already mowed down by the roadside the other day, so I'm going to continue on with that. A bit noisy down here, but hey, doesn't bother me. You can hear, up in the caravan, you can hear trucks and exhaust brakes and stuff, but it's like anything, you get used to it, it's no big deal. Alright, I'm off to get stuff done. Alright, stay off grid here, how you going? Alright, I've been doing some mowing. I just thought I'd show you some of the parts that I've mowed. It's not very exciting, but still. So we've done all up here. That's track goes somewhere. It's got a tree over it at the moment, so I've got to cut that. I don't know if you can see way up in the distance. I'll have to cut that tree, or cut it up so I can get down there. Now I have this little track that goes down into a gully, but at the bottom of that gully is very muddy, because what there is down there is there's a big drain, like just big enough to walk through with you bending over a little bit. It goes under the road, and then it goes over the road over there to a little swamp. So what I will do one day is I'm going to walk through there, and I'm going to put some yabby traps in that swamp, because I reckon I'll get some yabbies down there. Yeah, but anyway, I like it down there. It looks really picturesque, doesn't it, with all the ferns and things. You know, there's some parts I'm not going to be able to do. It's too hard to whippersnip all that bit there because it's too steep. But the little mower goes up. You can't see how steep that is, but it's really steep, and the mower goes up there no problem. Now, what I am going to have to do eventually, and I'm going to start looking now, is that, alright, that little RazorBack's great for cut and scrub, but for all this grass, to get it really, really nice, if you have a look, there's so much grass around the cuttings, right? So what I will have to do is I have to buy another mower, and possibly a four-wheel drive mower, with a catcher on the back of it. Now the bad thing is that I already had one. When I had my house on Paddock Point, which was a really, really big block, it was 1,000 square meters, really big for you know, considerable blocks in the area. I bought that block. It just had a little tiny shack on it, and I bought it for $556,000, and 4 years later I did nothing. I just cut some trees down legally, council approval, and it sold 4 years later for $1,030,000. So I made 400 and something thousand in 4 years. And I had this little mower. I bought it off Gumtree for $1,500, and it was a great thing. And I used to mow my lawn. I'd mow the next door neighbour. There was two boys living next door in their dad's house, like it was his dad's rental property, but they were living there. I'd mow their lawn. I'd mow the lady next door to them's lawn, and I'd mow the lawn next door to on the other side as well. I'd mow all those lawns. So when I left there, I was going to my townhouse that I had another property, a little townhouse that I sold. So I sold that house and I moved to the townhouse. So I didn't really need the mower because the strata was mowing the lawn, right? And so I said to the boy next door, I'll leave it for you. You can borrow it. Just make sure you mow everyone else's lawns like I was doing, all right? And a couple months, I don't know, maybe a few months later, I started mowing the lawns instead of strata doing it, because the guy just did a shit job, and half the time he didn't show up. It was like, he's always say, oh, his mum's sick. It's like, well, your mum's sick, but you still got to do your job, mate. You know, if my mum's sick, I've still got to go to work. And so I just started doing it myself, and I went round there and said, oh, come to pick up this mower. And he said, oh, it's at my dad's house. And I said, all right, well, you better call your dad. I've got to get this mower. So he called his dad. He's on the phone, and then he says to me, oh, Dad said it didn't work. It stopped working, and he threw it away. I'm like, what a load of crap. It never stopped working for me, so why did it stop working for you? It was fine, mate. It worked. Started every single time, if you knew how to start it. And so that, how do you throw my mower away? He didn't really throw it away. His dad just started using it and went, well, I'm not giving it back. You know, that's just wrong, mate. But there was nothing I could do about it. Anyway, it would have been nice to still have that mower, but really for some of those banks, I'm going to need a four-wheel drive one. I've looked at some brand new, the like cheapest four-wheel drive models, about $6,000. I don't want to spend that much. I'm just going to look for a second-hand one for, like, again, you know, $1,000 to $200, $1,000 to $2,000. All right, I've got to get back to work. I'm stay off grid. See ya.